Oh, right, that's not gonna have music for a second because I need to restart the browser. Oh my. Weird dead air! Weird dead air! Oh no! Dead air! Oh, now I'm dead air. Now I'm the dead air. Now I'm dead air. Of course, every stream starts with this. Of course, every stream starts. Or every other stream, I don't even know. Or every other stream, I don't even know. Oh boy. Every other stream, I don't even know. Every other stream, I don't even know. Every other stream, I don't even know. Well, at least I know the audio is working. Oh boy. Oh, did the screen turn off on that other computer? I might need to check that real quick. Get the music running. I think the volume should be correct. Whenever that starts up. There we go. 2 minutes of gore race. What? Say what? Say what? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What do you mean? How do I stream? Who am I?
Oh yeah, can I just, I mean the stream is going here, but how do I sound on this little itty bitty computer? Wait, how quiet is this computer actually? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I guess I can actually, yeah.
Quiet is this computer, actually.
Nice.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I guess I can actually.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I'm live. Actually, let me interact with that one more time. Probably not the best idea to be like full HD if I, oh my gosh, it's so small. I can't actually see. Okay, I think it is 480p. Cool. Cool. Just making sure everything is set right.
Oh, whoops. One more time to unclick that. So that it's not blocking any. I didn't actually check. I didn't actually check. Ooh, I didn't hit the Discord. Meow. I knew I was missing something. Discord notification on an actually decent, important stream. Let's not forget that. Holy moly. Yep, title looks to be correct. Wait. Is it just switching songs? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just double checking. I think I have everything set up right. Probably. I'm missing a cookie. You'll have cookies when you get home. That's the point of this, isn't it? Again, I never know because of like the stream delay. Like, when does the stream actually start? I think I could say hello, everybody. I love these stupid little mitts. Do we need to click the? Yeah, I should just have Cookie Clicker running in the background. You can like hear the cookies like shimmering in the wind or whatever. Why do I feel like it should be 6 o'clock already? Did I know I think I started like a minute or two early, but it's a 6 o'clock start stream and oops. Wait, these say 1:55. The PC says 1:50. Are these both running 2 whole minutes? Like behind? Oh my. Anywho, so the timing of this stream ended up being very convenient for me. in the silliness that Dan just got himself a new lapel microphone. And while I'll 155 for you. Wait, what? So wait, is the computer 2 minutes ahead? I guess it hasn't been on in a while, but that seems weird. Anyway, yeah, he just got a new microphone, so this one might be better than the old one. Wait, 558? Okay, the computer says 558. Okay, I think I see it. I think it's just because I said of all fives, you were, okay, gotcha. Anyway, chocolate chip cookie.
Wait, can you actually see the
microwave? Oh, I didn't realize the camera resolution was actually like good enough to see that. Anyway, chocolate chip cookies is today. So I have a recipe. It's actually usually on my computer. In fact, this is technically the third version, which I've simply written down on a sticky note. Microwavy. Yeah, a little bit. Those are the microwaves. They're trying to get out. But yeah, so a while back, I looked up a bunch of different chocolate chip cookie recipes. Funny enough, I think was it you Undead that suggested the browning the butter, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me look up some recipes. Let me combine things. Let me test some recipes. So I've made this batch a few times. Even this one will be slightly different than the last batch. I call them my ultimate chocolate chip cookies, but I'm still perfecting them. This is version 3 or 4 now, probably, since I probably started messing with this like 6 months ago or whatever. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna follow my own little recipe here, and I need to figure out how to get you guys over here already. Right, I didn't think this through. Do I need you guys over there? I could probably... What if I just put you guys all the way up here? Is this okay? Are you guys scared of heights? Oh my gosh. 1 second. I can make this work. Oh my gosh! Why is this possible? Let me just make sure the wire doesn't pull you down while you're up there. Oh my gosh! Ah! Oh my gosh. Because, okay, the first thing I need to do... Oh my gosh! Why can I do this? Freaking heck, dude. It's basically, like, if this didn't have the weird ceiling, it would be at almost the ceiling of my kitchen. Okay. So the first thing, oh wow, look at that. One second. Let me get my bald spot on camera. That's not as, wait, no. How do I get this on camera where I can see it? I can't see this usually. Sorry, camera's the only way. It's not as thin as it was recently. I think maybe I'm doing a little better. Sorry, anyway. Where is, there it is. So, first step on my recipe is that I need to take a ½ cup of butter and a ½ cup of shortening. You know, I hope this is doing fine considering it's been like kind of warm in here. It's mostly been warm in the bedrooms because the air conditioner is out here, so it usually does keep this part cool. Where in the world are all of our measuring cups? Are we using them in various places? Did that end up in the rice or something? Or apparently, that had been put in the flour container. Fair enough. This view is insane. Holy moly. All because I don't want to get it around everything. Just can't get over. Wow, oh, that's weird. You can see the reflection of the computer in the microwave. I can't get over how wacky this is. Oh, actually, before I forget, I'm gonna set the oven to 325. Now, like just the other day on my Thursday stream, I think I was making some random comments about the ways I'm used to Fahrenheit and what each like section of Fahrenheit is for. So yeah, the 300s is for baking, and the lower end, you know, obviously it's how long you think it needs to be in there, and how quickly you want it cooked. Shortening is so weird, by the way. Just I don't know. It kind of does work like this. I want to get daring and try to put it like a little closer maybe, but oh wait. Actually no, the low burner's fine for this. Anyway, a little bit of I say a little bit, a whole chunk of shortening and a whole chunk of butter. We'll get this going as our first step. Because, okay, ideally, we get these, am I gonna need to clean this? I feel like I'm gonna need to clean this. We get these brown and these browned, and then we let them cool a bit, because in some of my first batch, in fact, the current thumbnail on YouTube, I think was from like the first batch. I just had like somehow that's like the only photos I've taken. That batch was pretty good, but the thing was, when I browned the butter and everything, so forgive the noise. The butter was too hot when I added the chocolate chip cookies, and they kind of became more like chocolate chip swirls. Oh, hi, Dan. No, this is your POV. This is how you look down on me. Me looking at Dan on a regular day. This is at least how you describe it. Me holding a conversation with Kyle or Dan. I don't know why it's just so funny to me that it's so high up. Oh my gosh. I guess, like, I put it on the counter last time, but I shrank it down before I did. This is full length up there, by the way. Now, the only downside is you can kind of see, but I don't think you'll be able to see the butter, like, browning effectively. So while that starts to simmer a bit, which, by the way, like, don't worry too much, this is a silicone spoon. Okay, I need to figure out how I can get this wire around without destroying everything. I really need to figure out, like, the webcam is like the one most complicated part of this whole process. So let's bring you guys down for a minute at least. Let me try not to unplug the webcam or anything else for that matter. By the way, I reorganized the kitchen, if you recall what it looked like last time. You guys are actually actively falling. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but sure. Does that get into the pot? Almost. I need a camera crew, okay? Oh my gosh, this cord is... how do I get past this? I have to figure this out before I burn the butter. There's gotta be a better way than this. Oh, I'm knocking over the foxes. Wait, how is it? Oh no, the LAN cable for the computer. How is it? Oh my gosh, what is this? Whatever, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. Everything going on off screen is completely and utterly fine. Anyway, how are we doing? Are we brown yet? I think the last time I did this, I basically went until this foam went away. This is still not a science that I fully understand. I don't like how hot that is. I think I'm gonna lower it. Noida Hamus. Oh my gosh, it takes up so much of chat. No wonder he hates the ball. I mean, what? It's a little bright, to be honest. Okay, my one problem here currently is, I do not have chat on this side because this laptop was both not charged and it was not, I didn't get it mobile. This wasn't actual butter, right? So this is half and half butter and shortening. So like it's not gonna like brown exactly like just butter would. But yeah, there is half butter in here. So like I guess I'm not going for like brown, I'm going for like a golden color. I can't get you guys in there. It's kind of crazy how contrasted that is on the actual webcam. I mean, I have browned it before. It is part of the process. The shortening has been in the recipe. The shortening is an awkward thing where it's like kind of half in there. It's kind of half in there for texture and half in there for cost. There's gotta be another way. Is your webcam stuck on every piece of furniture around your house? Do you have cables everywhere? Oh no. Introducing you to beaming things in with your mind. Become a wizard. Learn to beam things in with your mind. And we will teach you how for $19.99. Are you tired of owning a webcam? Well, young squire who has a webcam, you can beam things with your mind. It's weird. It goes through like 2 phases of foaminess, I've noticed. I feel like I'm not gonna get too daring here. And I'm gonna say that's good enough, because I can't see through the foam and it's definitely getting darker. Ooh, smoky. I guess there was a little residue on the bottom of the pot. Don't worry, that's off. It's not gonna spontaneously. Ah! Okay, so that needs time to cool. As you watch my stovetop smoke. Yeah, like that's the part of this that's like an imperfect science for me, where it's just like shortening has a slightly different like browning and smoking point and everything. So it's like I feel like I'm browning the butter and maybe not the shortening. You know what actually did work really well last time, though? Well, it was a bit much to have you guys, like, hovering over me completely. I'm going to bring you up into the sky as I get cables everywhere. Like, does this work? Oh, that's way too high. Okay, one second. There's my other leg. Okay, so. We'll bring you here. Because I did like this last time I did one of these streams. Let's work on the next part of the recipe. No insight on this soup. There is no soup, only insight. Okay, so I didn't actually check one thing that's probably kind of important. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I needed molasses, and I did not check if I still had some, and I have plenty. So, next we work, while that all cools, we work on the liquids and sugars. Oh, also, let me get my audio quality back. There you go. So, I really don't use brown sugar if I can help it these days, because generally, I'm pretty sure brown sugar, like, that you get at the store half the time now, is just white sugar that they, well, I mean, I think it's always been, like, they re-add it or whatever, but, the problem is, everybody just sells, like, light brown sugar, and it's just getting less and less brown. There's, like, less molasses in it, so it's just, like, just get the ratio how you want it with molasses, if you can. Now, obviously, for non-baking, like, if I'm putting brown sugar in something like, I don't know, throwing it into a glass and some boba pearls or whatever, and boiling those together to make a sort of brown sugar boba tea. Something like that, like, yeah, putting it in tea or whatnot. Previously, my A-key didn't work, and now it's working overtime sometimes. Oh, it's sticky. I need a cloth. Sorry, I did end up needing to clean this to pour the sugar out. Okay, so I need 2 cups white sugar. Eventually. Of course, there's no way I dried this enough that it's not gonna just stick, isn't it? There's no way. I should have poured the sugar out first, specifically, so that I could then use this. Why do I feel like I need you guys a little closer? Just get on in here. Join me. Join me. There we go. It's so bright, though. I don't understand the contrast on this camera. It's both very, very good and sometimes very, very high. This camera is weird that it works really, really well in low light. Also, I'm hitting the microphone. Forgive me. Was it 2 cups sugar? I forgot how big this recipe is. This is like a very, very large recipe. That's fine. Let's do this a little higher because I got low on one of them. Okay. The white void. So now that I've got all my cocaine out, now we can get the sugar. Just the whole thing at once. Where was I? Wait. What, you want some? There is that the thick vanilla syrup thing? Vanilla syrup thing. What? Vanilla syrup? This is just regular liquid vanilla extract. Vanilla syrup thing? What? Vanilla syrup thing. Thick and gloopy? I mean, the molasses is thick and gloopy, but it's not like a syrup. Well, I mean, it's not vanilla, it's molasses. Vanilla syrup thing. Oh, it's a TikTok thing. Okay, I wouldn't know. I mean, there might be some trendy old thing that I'm unaware of. One second. I need the spoon from all the way over here. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I guess you could probably just add sugar to vanilla. I kinda have a... See, mine's more of like a maple, like, syrup thing, where I did mix a bunch of old brown sugar that we didn't end up using before it hardened, into some water and boiled it with a little vanilla and maple syrup, and it just kind of multiplied the maple syrup taste. It's like add vanilla and then they have something with the consistency of honey. Well, I do have honey. Speaking of which, I like how this just says drop honey, which just means yoink, do whatever. Whatever feels correct. Honestly, we have to use this honey up. I think because it's been hot in here, it's hardening a little bit. I don't really know what causes it. Put your measuring spoon in a thin layer of oil first. Sticky things glide out. Well, it's too late now, but that does sound neat. Where's my egg? I pre-prepped egg. Yoink. You know what? I could have actually left these in the fridge because the cold egg would offset the warm, throw these over here. I think it would kind of offset the warm butter. Now, does the oil trick work if then you have to measure out powders? I would think it would just stick to that. Oh, I need... See, this kind of shows how weird and specific this recipe got as I modified it. Because it's just like, just the tiniest bit of milk. Like, it is a bit of a conglomeration of... It is a conglomeration of different recipes I found. And I was kind of like going off of like the reasonings for adding each. You know, it says 2 teaspoons vanilla, but like I can just use the tablespoon and not fill it all the way, and that's fine. Yeah, that's probably correct enough. I kind of forgot that the chat window actually has like a replying thing that my other chat window just doesn't view, and I just launched what I was just trying to get at. Do it powder, oil, sticky. Yeah, I guess then I would have to do it in a slightly different order. You shouldn't measure powders in volume anyway. You can't tell me what to do! I do not care for weight measurement. It insists upon itself. I do not need perfect accuracy while baking at home. I do not want to get out a measuring thing and then still put it in a measuring cup so that it does not get it dirty. But. It insists upon itself. And you know, the real insult here is there's nothing that would stop me. I do have one. Food scientists say you should. Sobs. And computer scientists say that AI imagery is art? I mean, what? Just because it technically produces the pictures doesn't mean it's in the spirit of the artistic process. I don't know. Remember, the secondary name for this series is Hot Takes While Crab Bakes. So I think that's my hot take for the day. I don't know. Okay, so I did the sugar, the molasses, the eggs, the vanilla, the milk, and the honey. So now I can add the butter, which I'm gonna try to stir in here in case it's still really hot, so it doesn't like melt the egg. And oh my gosh, why is this pan pouring this badly? I don't think it's like cooking the egg or anything weird like that. I think we're fine. Oh my gosh, it's getting butter everywhere. Science tells us any sentence starts at. Well, I mean, it's like I get dialing back, not to be like stupidly contrarian. I get the purpose of measuring, not using just volume, because powders have air mixed in them and whatnot. And that's where some recipes will specify, you know, do you compact it? Do you not compact it? You know, what do you, oh, the screen turned off. Like, you know, what level of accuracy do you need? But I guess it's the funny thing is, I guess you're at a war of, if you want to be like really specific with a recipe, you're kind of fighting between whether how far away from the sea level you are versus how far away from or how, you know, I guess it's kind of the, yeah, whatever. Just the sort of thing of the accuracy of the weight scale is better than the accuracy of the volume scale, and how much do you actually care? Everything's slightly relative because of, you know, gravity and air and junk, but half the butter and only brown half of it, keeping the other half at room temp, but I don't know would work with the gloop you used. Oh, the shortening? I guess if you're, I don't know what terms shortening has in other things, but shortening is just like, it's like a mixture of lard and vegetable oil, I guess, pretty much. I'd assume that's what you would consider it. You know, it's a conglomerate of different meat fats. Anyway, this is nice and combined now. So next, we flip this little paper over to the back. The question I have right now is, I would like to do the solids separately, but can I get enough like lingering liquid out of here to just use this so I don't have to get another pot out, is the question. Oh, don't you just love when I block the camera like a dum-dum? Of it one time in a historical recipe. Interesting. Yeah, shortening, I think it's kind of in the name what it does to your stuff. It'll make them like shorter and crispier, I think, generally. I think that's usually. I think it's also used in recipes where you want it to be, I'm not sure if crumbly is the right term, but I think if you do all shortening, you'll get like the kinds of cookies that are like cracked on top. Move this over. Okay, so now let's attempt to do 2 3/4 cup flour. This should still be good for that. Also, really, how perfect do I really need this recipe to be? 3, 4, 5, and whatever extra to get it to about 3/4. That should be correct enough. That makes a funny sound when banging this thing. Woo! Woo! I don't know how long, by the way, this is gonna really take me because it's just cookies. I think the last time I made these was like on a complete whim, and it did not take very long. Like I made oatmeal cookies in like just like half an hour once. So I might also make dinner or something as a secondary. Well, the baking part will take some time, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess we've already been streaming for half an hour, so maybe it's not crazy. Okay, so I need a teaspoon of baking powder and some baking soda. Do I still have? Okay, I do. You want it to rest? I mean, I haven't really been doing that the last few times. I've been getting a little lazy with it. I haven't really noticed that major of a difference, but it's like, yeah, I could let it rest for a little while and make dinner while I do that. I just have to adjust the baking time for if I rest it in the fridge. You know, the other problem, of course, for me is I don't like wasting things like the teaspoon is baking soda. Like plastic wrap and stuff. And half for the baking powder. You can taste the difference between resting it for 2 hours and a whole day. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't think I've done this recipe for like a whole day. But I need cornstarch, a little bit of cornstarch. I guess the thing is these cookies are already really good without doing that. A little bit of cornstarch. Here's where I get very specific and odd, where it's just like, okay, you have something that's got like a vanilla as a base. Add something like ground or powdered, ginger. Just a little bit in there. It's not quite a ginger snap. It's a little bit more dynamic. I probably put a little bit too much in, to be honest. I got aggressive, but that's still not like a crazy amount. Like it vanishes in there completely. It's just enough to add a little bit different of a bite. And half a teaspoon salt. But personally, not really. Not really between not resting and resting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, like, there's a specific recipe for making, like, bread that it's just like you lazily throw it into the back of your fridge for a week. You really don't do it much, but, like, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things where you just kind of let bread sit for a while and it gains flavor, but, like, yeah, about 4 days is, like, if you can slow rise it in the back of your fridge for 4 days or something like that, that's, like, ideal. Okay, here's an odd thing. I don't really know 100% if, oh, I need to get the flour off of this. I don't know if this is like the wisest choice, but it's what I've been doing and it works out fine for whatever reason. I've just been like dumping the chocolate chips like into the flour mix. I don't know, something about coating them in the flour before mixing it with the wets seems to work fine. I don't know. Also, we got a bulk thing of chocolate chips at some point. You know, like everything else that we buy now. So luckily they last a while. So just getting that off so I can use it in here instead. But yeah, just it also saves me slightly more time while I wait for the butter to cool fully. Fully cooly. So that's what it means. It's a baking term. Don't mind me just trying not to block the camera like I always do. Get in there. I'm still blocking the camera. It's impossible. Also, is the music good today? This microphone's a bit better at not losing my audio. So I think everything's balanced a lot better than usual. Again, having newer technology. It's like now, at this point, both Dan and Kyle have ended up getting themselves those, like, bone-conducting headphone things. The ones that don't even, like, set in your ears. They're, like, just on them. And just for the, like, the feeling of, this probably won't kill me as much. There's that, like, temptation to also get a set of those. Weird new technology. What? The music only lasted half an hour? What do you mean? Where is it? Where is she? Yeah, it only lasted like half an hour this time. That's crazy. I legitimately need something that just wiggles my mouse. Like, I need to, like, set up a fan when I'm out of the room to move my, my mouse back and forth. I mean, there's probably something that just tells your computer you're active. I mean, what else is it checking? Anyway, I think it was Sonic music next? I just put on another playlist of, video game music. Like video game food-related music? Not quite cooking music. Arduino Auto Mouse. Why? Wait. Okay, no, why did it? Huh? Do we know? Oh my gosh, it's the OMO, I think. Maybe. Maybe? Please tell me it somehow detected the O-MO. That might be an OO, but it's already been triggered. We have to wait a little while to see if... Did it just detect those 3 letters? I don't know. It might be random, but that definitely is a reaction one as well. I think it can do both random and reaction, but okay, you know what? I think I gotta get in here. I forgot. I think this is just easier to get hands-on with. Okay. I say easier as if it's not going to be a complete mess. Oh yeah, it's okay. Maybe the mess isn't worth it. Oh gosh. Maybe I just needed a bigger spoon. Oh my gosh. But there's still some spots I need to get. One second. Oh my gosh. Now, you can tell I've adjusted this recipe considering the very specific, instead of 3 cups flour, it's like 2 and 3/4. It was I clearly reduced it at some point. Okay. Now I just gotta get all this off. The classic technique. The fly technique. This is why I washed my hands immediately before doing this. Don't worry, like that's why I went off screen for a second. I don't know if you could see me washing my hands, but I did, I swear. The thick layer of sugar on me now. Okay. I just want this to be one solid cookie. Papa. I mean, the chocolate chips are in there. They end up the last few cookies tend to be the chocolatiest chipest because I swear it just kind of works out where they end up in the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to do this in the way where I cool it in the fridge. Just give me a second. Oh, I gotta hit the screen before it turns off. Where's my towel? Well, I guess I don't usually use that for hands, but whatever. There we go. Can I? Like, yeah, I guess I'll just put a plate on top and that's fine enough. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a little while, and in the meantime, I guess I'll make dinner. I don't know if Gold's gonna eat anything before he gets home, but I guess there'll be dinner in case he doesn't. Yeah. Spot for that in there. I guess also I'll clean this up a little bit. Yoink. Just first things first, you know? And then I just pull out a pack of cookies from Costco. I did it! I'm done! We prepared these ones in advance. I have dinner, though it was light, so you could convince me. I mean, I'm just making the standard pasta. Might as well. I guess it's cookies and pasta tonight, you know? Why not? Yeah, just the bulk pasta. I mean, we're probably gonna have, you know, pizza tomorrow like usual, so I don't necessarily need it now, but that just saves me work on like Monday and whatnot. Oh yeah, sorry, this next week's stream schedule. I guess the silly part with it all. I think I'm gonna do my tinkering on Wednesday. Because it has infected my mind how much, like, I want to just get that auto balancing working, and I've had ideas, and now it's a brain worm. It's an absolute brain worm. You go straight for the cookies. Oh right, you might get home pretty late. Magic of movie editing. A piece of dough here. Also, I spilled tea on this before the stream, so I guess it's authentic now. get that all the way. Might as well do that. Straight to the goods. But yeah, let me just buy myself time by making some pasta. And by making pasta, I mean just boiling water. That's what you came here for, boiling water, right? And then we put the pasta in the cookies. Yoink. Where's the wok? Whoa, why is that, like, the lighting and everything on that seems kind of crazy. Aha. Wok. Fill that with water. I do not use pots to boil water half the time. The reality of it is, the wok has a really, really convenient curve to its design that means you really can't easily boil over. That was a bit much, but whatever. I mean, you know, also, just trust me on this. It's just a little tiny bit of baking soda. Spoon. Pasta. You can't get past me. Wait, where do I put the computer when I have the cookies out? 1 second. It hath occurred to me. So I got my big old baking tray. And I can put the baking tray over here when I'm, like, divvying out the cookies. But the computer is where I tend to put the cooling tray. I guess I could do it over here. Could I do the whole thing? It's very precarious. Maybe I can do the whole thing over here. 1 second. If we're slightly more patient, I can do... Oh, that's so much smaller of a tray. Okay. Woo! Sorry. Oh yeah, speaking of pasta. Oh right, I forgot. Aren't these slightly larger boxes than we were getting? I guess I can do... Yeah, that's the size that we've been getting. Tricolor Rotini. My computer is refusing all cookies. Let me go just make sure that's not the case. Sorry, now I'm just paranoid the music's gonna turn off immediately again. Rocket, robot on wheels. Okay. Pasta Fox. Hey, remember like some other streams ago where I mentioned how long sweet potatoes last? Well, I still haven't eaten this one. I ate the other one, and in fact, I'll probably eat this one soon. But I'm almost certain I brought up on stream how long these sweet potatoes have been lasting. They're somehow even heartier than regular potato. Okay. To go with the pasta. I got some grounded beef from the ground. Pasta box. I want a pasta box. Heck yeah. And also, see, this is a judgment-free zone. And by that, I mean, don't judge me. I have Velveeta. And also, oh right, these jars are also large. I'm gonna end up making a really big thing of pasta here one of these days, aren't I? That's about boiling. So pretty much the recipe just calls for throwing the whole thing in of like the tomato sauce and not the whole Velveeta. Just so you know. This isn't your garden variety pasta. This is your garden variety pasta. Tricolor rotini and literal garden combo pasta sauce. I could probably move you all over a little bit. Or maybe like a little bit more straight on. Oh yeah, let me get all these noodles in here. Yoink. I'm gonna need that. And remember, the colander only works if you pour all the water onto the counter and floor through it. I guess in the meantime, so something I do with the pasta sauce, I tend to slightly customize it, so I guess I'm currently gonna be over here for a second. Yeah, I tend to slightly customize. Especially like ones like this, which are chunkier. Kind of like to keep it smooth. Yeah. You know, I could probably use some of the Alfredo sauce instead of Velveeta if I really wanted to. I just kind of do it because it's, you know, the recipe we were given. Is this still good? This seems a little old, actually. I'm gonna skip out on these old pieces of onion. I'm not sure if they're just dry or what, but if they're dry, they've been in there a while. Always just checking what we already have. So we got, ironically, chopped dried onion. Oh, looks like we're boiling. Good old boiling. The good old boil. I'm going to throw. It is of requirement for my diet, if by habit, to just have way too much garlic in everything. Get back. Get back with ye, chat. Eventually, we'll be back to doing cookies. Okay, the rest of it will be ground up once I can actually pour it in. That's just like a preamble, I guess, if anything. Oh, I threw that fork in the sink. Let me grab another. I need to start figuring out how far along the noodles are. Definitely still need time. Hydrate and stretch. Okay. Ah! 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 Get down, chat. No, why are you? Oh, you're stuck. 1 second. You can't be over here, apparently. Mm-hmm. Where's my cup? I need to hydrate. I'm just doing what the pot's telling me. Is it so bad to listen to the advice of a robot? Nothing's ever gone wrong doing that, right? Nothing's ever gone wrong listening to the advice of a robot, right, chat? I love the fact that stream delay, I can watch stuff like that back immediately. Oh. Anyway, how's the pasta coming along? Spin, 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 spin. I mean, it is spiral pasta, so it only seems right. Ah, the screen turned off. Oh, hot. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, I could probably give it a minute more, but I think instead, just going to I'm just going to dump it into the sink. That is not what is happening! Oh, the colander is visible. I was hoping it wasn't, just so it would be funny. Okay. And now the goofy part, where we go immediately back over here. Just spray a little oil real quick. Grab a knife real quick. Slice and dice and throw it all in. Meat. Meaty, meaty goodness. I feel like this is where the show has gone on to, like, you're like 3 side quest arcs in, and you're like, wait, wasn't this about Cookie Clicker? Wasn't this a Cookie Clicker streamer? It's actually pretty bad that, like, one of my best viewed streams in the last year, probably even, was Cookie Clicker somehow. I don't really get it either, to be honest. Yeah, these, yeah, it's just late game Cookie Clicker, I guess. You know, when you have, like, the Graham Apocalypse and everything is meat textured. Okay. A little bit of mustard powder. a little bit of, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple because I just wanna not linger away from it. A little bit of paprika. I really should be making my own paprika. I feel like I can't help but assume a single bell pepper, a red bell pepper, should produce a good amount of paprika. I have a drying machine. I should be doing these things with it. You know what? Just a little bit more. Pepper. A little bit of salt. Italy seasoning. Because again, I have all the individuals, but just keeping it simple. Though I could put some extra parsley in, that might be nice. A little onion powder. A little bit of garlic powder. And you know what? Yeah, a little extra parsley. I'm green with it. Fry it all up nice and good. You know, as fun as it is to occasionally make them, I will admit, compared to just doing this, meatballs are not worth the effort. Like, if I'm just not breaking it up as much, I essentially get meatballs. I mean, I guess if I make really big meatballs, it's worth it. Holy moly. Sorry, I just realized how the LAN cable is currently strung up everywhere. Yeah, I think I know how I want to do this next time to prevent me from destroying the house. Oh, heck yeah. Get those crispy, browned portions. Get them crispy brown bricks in Minecraft. Okay, so Velveeta, what even is it considered to be made out of? Because the thing is, Velveeta is like cheese adjacent product, and it's not something you want to put on sandwiches or really anything, except for, in my opinion, I do kind of feel like it's unmatched in just throwing a brick of it into like pasta and making a cheesy tomato pasta, like, because, okay, the thing is, Velveeta might as well be closer to butter than it is cheese. At least in function. It's somewhere in the middle, is all that I feel like is accurate to say. It says it's made of skim milk, canola oil, milk protein concentrate, sodium phosphate, contains less than 2% of modified food starch, whey protein concentrate, maltodextrin, whey, salt, calcium phosphate, lactic acid, sorbic acid as a preservative, milk fat, sodium alginate, sodium citrate, enzymes, apocaryl and natto color, cheese culture, vitamin A palmate. Cheese adjacent product. Honestly, the list's not like disturbingly long, I guess. I'm gonna lower that a little bit now that this is really nice and crispy. I probably shouldn't have read it that long, and I should have stirred this and let other parts of it get crispy, but whatever. And now is the step in which we start adding our tomato mixture, and actually, yeah, keep it low because the tomato mixture will become volcanic. I'm going to continue making tomato mixture because, yeah, I just want to blend this all up a little bit before I throw it in. Ah, this thing gets stuck. Okay. Can you? I don't think you can see me blending, so let me, like, move this around just a tiny bit. Trust me, chat. It'll all work out in the end. It'll be fine.
Noodles, now we're making the real ones. It's fine if the robot...
These are some... Oh, wait, that was stuff I already read. I think I may have missed one chat message and then thought I missed all of them. So the real trick here is, aside from adding just cheese, I also tend to add a little bit of milk. And the milk is pro strats because, again, there's always sauce that gets stuck in the bottom of the jar. Can you see the pasta? I think you can. There's always sauce that gets stuck in the bottom of the jar when you pour it out, and trying to get all that out is annoying. And sometimes I just have to deal with it if I'm not making the cheesy version of this. But if I am making the cheesy version, yoink, put a good bit of milk in there. Oh gosh, it's getting volcanic! It's getting volcanic! Chat! Oh no! Stop, 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 please. Stop that. Oh gosh. I'll keep that just low while I'm busy. So being able to add the milk to, like, really thicken up the combo, it lets you then, like, mix it in there. I actually put a lot of milk in this time. We have a little extra milk this week, so I do have to use it up. And yeah, so obviously the nice part when I'm making this and I use a bit of milk is all the tomato stuff that was stuck in all of these containers I was using gets added in. I used a lot of milk. Oh gosh. I mean, it still looks great. It's just really thick sauce this week. Get you in there. And yeah, you do have to be a little careful with, like, getting it all done quick because the milk can get a little unhappy being mixed with something as acidic as tomato sauce, but that's fine. It really doesn't mess anything up. Oh my gosh. That was all, like, fused together for whatever reason. I guess I didn't shake it. Yeah, when I used to try to cook tomato sauce at home from our garden, the volcano issue was always an issue. Yes, now that is dinner. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock already? Okay. I kind of did extend this stream by a good bit by making this. But I guess it's only 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock would be, I guess, my goal end time? Okay, there we go. So, I've made dinner! Yippee! I guess, you know, it's all good. I'll eat this later, I guess. I'll just let it cool so I can put it away, because basically the noodles we just make to have throughout the week is, like, good leftovers. You know, bit of milk, bit of beef, bit of noodle. Oh, turn that off. Get you in there. That didn't work. That was terrible. Okay. So I'ma move you back over here, chat. Because I would chat! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I would like to start actually putting the cookies on the tray. Now, while I'm not the biggest fan of using single-use things, I will admit I've become very fond of parchment paper in my aging years. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be 30 in a month. So yeah, I'm gonna put a little parchment paper on. Even though I said I wouldn't do it for like using, you know, plastic wrap to put the cookies away, you know, this ends up being very worth it, and it's basically just waxed paper, so it's, I don't know. It's parchment paper is very cheap. Is admittedly part of it. At least it seems to be. You sure do, bot. You sure do. Right. Okay, how do I do this part again? Man, while these cookies cook, I've got to straighten up the kitchen. You know what? This might actually be another good time to lift you up into the sky. So I got all of them? No, I missed one. Just so you can, like, really see what we're doing here. I said, really see what we're doing here. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I get, oh, the screen turned off the moment I got my hand wet. Can I use my elbow? Yes, I can. Okay. So I get some water on my hands, and we just start shoveling bits of cookie out and like just, you know, press them together and flatten them, and it's that shrimple. No, I have not memorized how many I can actually put on the tray. I don't like that I can't get the whole tray in view like this. I have not memorized how many I can fit side by side on the tray at this size. In fact, I don't know how big these should be. Just in general, it's like I haven't gotten measurements on this part at all. Again, he says ultimate chocolate chip cookies, but he's still working on it. Who is he? I don't know. I don't write my own content. You know what? Just to be safe, I think I'm gonna just do... No, that's just... you know what? No, we're getting greedy. Four by whatever the heck I can fit the other way. If the cookies connect to each other, it tis what it tis. Also, occasionally just revamping the water on my hands. Oh, you know what? Peace and quiet. I'm not gonna lie, as miserable as it gets in here without the air conditioner on, it is nice to just have everything off, to be able to hear my own thoughts again. If there's one reason, beyond all other reasons, that central heating and cooling would be nice, it's because the machine is outside the building. Unfortunately, wall units pretty much are never like that, I guess, unless you have a mini split, which I don't actually understand why they didn't do mini splits, because they still put a, like, it still goes, like, out of the building. Like, you know, it's not in the window. It's in a dedicated slot in the wall for it. These are definitely going to connect into one giant cookie, aren't they? So it's like, I'm like looking at the layout of the building and I'm just like, you could have put one in a much better spot than this. And you just didn't design it that way because it's north and who thinks of anything but the cold up here. Literally everybody when we were gonna move here was like, doesn't it get cold there? And now I'm just dying in 90-degree weather because the climate is changing and it is not always cold there. I mean, again, I guess, yeah, if you're in an air-conditioned building, maybe you won't feel it as much, but I guess if you go outside a little bit, it's there. But would you say, like, the weather has been abnormal compared to years ago, because you've lived here a while? Like, this has been like a weird winter and early summer, I would assume. Like 90 degrees in May? Same here. I expect to be colder, and yet somehow it's getting hotter. It's like, I'm not surprised the Midwest has some of these problems, because like there's no mountains to hold it in a lot of ways. So if like a heat wave goes through, it's gonna get the entire Midwest. Out west is a bit weirder because, you know, you're kind of, if you're on the West Coast, like California and everything would deal with, like around there and around the East Coast where I used to live, it almost feels more unexpected just because there's mountains and then the ocean is kind of like the bordering thing. But you know, I made dinner to buy me time for this, but now I'm thinking to myself, what else would I do for the next 10 minutes while these cook? I guess I could eat dinner. Then again, I had a big breakfast. That's my stupid thing. I need to wait another hour or two for dinner. By the way, here's the cookies. Which way is forward with you? I just want like this to take up the whole frame. There we go. Is this like positioned where you guys can see the oven? Kinda? Now you should. In they go! I feel slightly conflicted. I could do a second tray of cookies immediately, but then I have to put it on the bottom tray, or I have to move the trays around. Oh, let me put this on the timer for 6 minutes. I guess I can clean. Yoink. Oh, and I guess I should probably put this back. But yeah, this is why my goal of where I want to live is actually a lot more forested and less in the plains. Now, I will say the funniest thing about living around here is I've been here a year and I feel like I'm more prepared than half the people that live here. And I can't tell if it's just because a lot of people move here specifically, and thus it's a lot of other people that did not come prepared for the winter. But I don't know. For me, it's just interesting having people getting stuck in the snow or trying to drive with bald tires or all that kind of stuff. Honestly, it almost makes me feel like the people around here are built more for summer, just judging by how many less problems they seem to have even in this heat. Well, I say that as if this apartment building didn't have to replace several AC units from the looks of it. Oh my gosh, there was a guy just in the sort of common area, whatever you would consider the little lobby-ish area that I was putting my box of my bag, whatever, bag box. He was having he was just doing on camera meetings, webcam meetings, remote meetings. That's the one. Just in that little lobby area, and I'm just thinking to myself, if you're doing that there instead of in your apartment, well, first of all, are you the one that had to get a new AC unit? And second of all, how miserable must your apartment be to be that desperate? Because that wouldn't be my first choice. Now, Gold, when you left the other day and you said he was there, did he have a wire stretched out from the couch all the way across to the other wall, creating an accidental tripwire situation where if somebody didn't notice, his plug would probably trip them? Or was that something he set up after you left when I noticed he was still there? He had that wire there. That's the one thing where I'm like, okay, buddy. There's gotta be more options than that. I don't know what that was, whether he had that plugged in as a Wi-Fi booster or what it was. It looked like a big old Apple thing. It had to have been a Wi-Fi booster or something. Yeah, he's very busy on whatever calls. Hustling away. Yeah, that was a really odd one. I'd seen other people lounging in that area. Nobody uses it usually, but I guess it's just so miserably hot for some people right now. I can't imagine being a family of 5. It's hot enough with a family of 3 where it's each of us get our own room. 5 or more? Oh no. I'm just getting all of the residue off of this jar so we can reuse it. All I really do is I take stainless steel wool and some dish soap and just kind of give it the works, I guess. I'm gonna throw away these onions. Oh, so it's a bit silly to bring up on stream, but I have what I consider now my main suspect for who I think was actually getting rid of those, the community cleaning box thing that I was doing. Just, no proof specifically, but just because most people, pretty much everybody I've encountered in this building has been nice or kept to themselves. I have finally seen a person who lives here, even the guy doing his meetings, I don't see that as it's a little awkward he had his wire strung out kind of in the way, but dude's desperately trying to do his job, I guess. So there is somebody who parks their crusty, rusted out van on the curb. And which every apartment gets a garage is the one thing that's a little weird to me about that, which makes me think their garage is probably full of junk.
There are a couple garages that I've seen open for a second. Okay, all I have to do now is flip these around just so they get a perfectly balanced bake. 6 more minutes. And then however long it takes to make it perfect. Anyway, yeah, there's a couple of people that definitely use their garage kind of for hoarding. And I assume if you're parking on the curb, it's like you either have too many vehicles. Well, actually, if you're parking on the curb instead of in the parking lot, because there's also a parking lot. It's a very strange thing. They definitely live here, though. I mean, it's the only place that, just the layout of the roads, it's the only place that makes sense to live next to and park there. Anyway, crusty vehicle, very, very recognizable because of the rust. We're returning from, oh, by the way, we watched The Backrooms. Actually, we were returning, I don't think we were, I was out doing something else, and then we came back, and then we went to The Backrooms later. Backrooms was good, by the way, I liked it. But I also liked the web series, so I guess it's kind of expected. But yeah, we're returning from whichever of the things we were doing that day. And I see coming out of the gas station nearby the person pulling away as they toss an energy drink out the window, like an empty can from an energy drink out the window. And then, like, moments later, toss another energy drink can out the window. And I hate to say it, they look like the most stereotypical, like, annoying American, like, that you would ever see in, like, media or whatever. It's like, it's kind of crazy how you can oftentimes look the way you act. Just, I don't know. Just there's that look of just uncaring to their entire existence. It's like, yeah, tossing the cans out around the same area I've collected trash in the past for sure. Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. We actually stopped and grabbed the cans on our way in. In fact, they probably could have seen us doing it. But now I'm just thinking to myself, somebody literally from the apartment just, like, at first I thought maybe they were alcohol containers, because sometimes people throw those out so they don't get, like, caught with them or something messed up like that. But no, they're just energy drinks. 2 whole energy drinks where I'm like, did you drink both of these just now, or were these from earlier? But yeah, I don't know. When the world is your trash can, you yourself are trash. Oops. Oh, crud. I messed up. Just put that back on for that long. I meant to hit the light button so I could see in here. Because I put it in the fridge, I might want to adjust the times a little bit. I mean, that just needs a couple minutes. Let's see here. I need to figure out how I'm storing the macaronis, because I don't think I made that big of one. Macaronis? No, this is spaghetti. Well, I mean, it's somewhere in the middle. There's a lot of cheese and stuff in here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm justified in having beef, considering, like, again, maybe they're not the person throwing away the box, but everybody has to pass through there to like get to like the garages or throw away trash or whatever. Like now I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just in their garage out of whatever spite. Luckily I have plenty of bags right now. I will probably try to make the stupid bag box again. The community cleaning box 4.0 or whatever number it would be at that point. I would probably do it again once I'm actually running low. But the weather's been kind of bad lately, and yeah, the weather's been kind of bad lately, and I've been collecting bags off the ground and using those. They're really not as good when they're not fresh. They do degrade pretty quickly in the sun, or they get ripped in the breeze or whatever else. But you know, they've been working, so compromises are made. Okay, so really all I'm waiting for here, the timer is irrelevant at this point. All I'm really waiting for is just to feel like they're getting golden. They will bake a little bit on the tray, so I don't need it to be like really brown. I think that's the mistake I've been making. I think I've been over baking some of my stuff recently. Because I want these things gooey on the inside, but brown and crispy on the outside. Is that too much to ask? Excuse me. Oh, what? No. I wanted to end the... Oh, gosh. Go back. Playing Mario on this? I think I can... Well, here, let me just take a look at them. Oh, yeah. You know what? I think that's actually perfect. Ba-ba-ba-ba. It's getting really hot. It's getting really hot. 1 second. It's getting hot. Oh. Yeah, one of these is really brown compared... Like, huh, that's interesting. The ones that are more brown than the others. Okay, what I will do, just because of limited, like, wanting to limit how long we're actually streaming, I will get the second one out. I will angle you down to see it. Do not burn. But burning is what I'm here for. I'm here to be burned. What is hell for if not me? What? Actually, before I do this, I will actually immediately move them over to the tray. Can I get you? That's so far away. This is the only problem with doing it this way is, like, don't you want to watch the process? Okay, 1 second. Let's get you down. I mean, the tray's gonna need like a minute to cool before I can do anything with it. Or I mean, I guess I'm using that minute to do the other. Like I'm giving it 10 whole minutes. Oh gosh, I hate the fact that I have to like jostle you all. I really wish like this had like the center pole that could just extend up. It kind of does, but it doesn't seem to work properly. He's getting ball-borbed. Oh, you know what? I kind of forgot. This is actually less of a process than... This is why the parchment paper is here. Wow! Baking's so easy. All but the crispiest one. Okay, actually. Oh, I almost forgot one other thing I do with these. In an attempt to enhance them further. Give me a second. I have to go grab it. I do use the same cloths that I tend to use for the pizzas to just kind of trap moisture in there. Okay. Let's put you like here. Let's see if this is, oh gosh. Are we gonna infinite loop a little bit? I think we are. That's fun enough, I guess. Why not? Get a better angle though. We don't need that much. No, we need more down. Just, we need the counter. 4 rows, 5 columns. That's at least 15 cookies. At least? You can't get more exact than that? Let's teach math. 1, 2, 3. What? You're not even on camera. You can't sneak in and steal a cookie and not be on camera to make it funny. You fool. Well, now it's not. Now it is at least 15 cookies. It can't. But they haven't cooled yet. He's. It's fine. I guess that's optimal enough. Oh, I forgot the parchment paper for this one. Now it's at least 13. I didn't know you were asking the computer to do math for you, and not the computer to do math for you. But yeah, it's funny the contrast though of we have our most likely candidate. We have our most likely candidate for who was stealing the box, and what I feel like is the least likely candidate, because again I don't actually know if they live around here at all either, is again I still really like that nice lady just like gave me snacks the other day. It's like that, and the groundskeeper that gave me some money. It's like, man, people really do appreciate this work, and it makes me happy. And it, again, I go between feeling like humanity is cooked by seeing all the trash, and feeling like there is hope out there because of all of the non-trash people. I think I'm making these bigger by accident. I wonder if the extra browned cookie was like if I had extra water on my hands when I did it, or if I had not enough water on my hands. I don't really know. I don't know how much time this saves me by doing the tray like this. Just because this one's so much smaller. Like, we go from 20 at a time to probably... How much can I actually get on here? If I shift this over a little bit. Just optimal, so... I mean, we might be able to get 15 on this one. It's not that much worse. I just have to see in a second. This is sound logic. This is good news. It might just be 12, though. No. This tray is not big enough for the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try. Just the music's off, isn't it? I start singing and realize, being I can't hear the music, I'm probably singing over the music, but then I realize the music might not even be there. It might not be bees. Buck Bumble isn't playing. Yeah, okay, I'm one second. Give me my, what game is this? Kororinpa Candyland 2. I guess it's a ball rolling game. Okay. That one's gonna be really dry. I can already tell that one's kind of cookied. I'm gonna try to like flip these or like remash them. I guess there's gonna be a lot more flour. You know what? Let me just like uncook this one. There we go. I mean, at this point in the stream, aside from eating, like, I guess I just talk about my day, which is cool. Oh man, I gotta mash this all back together. It's the one problem, again, with not using, like, plastic wrap or whatever is, or not leaving it overnight, especially, I guess, as well. It definitely gets dry. I don't want it to be dry. Just gonna form these into spheres. It is actually, like, I'm just thinking to myself, it's really almost bad how much of a mind worm Create Aeronautics is for me. Like, I mean, it's great because I'm enjoying it, but it is going to dominate my stream content for a while, which is exactly why it's good that I switched my stream schedule up to a 4-day thing, because otherwise you would never be getting anything else. I do still want to play the other Katamari game I have. I've got the other, like, kind of, I think, almost what people consider the best one in the series. I mean, I just, you know, I guess Kerbal is giving it a little break. I'm not sure how far I'll really get in Kerbal before I lose more momentum here. I mean, getting back from the moon would be good. But I'm not sure if I'm dedicated enough to do more. I mean, I'll keep trying, but I'll probably plateau at a certain point. In terms of, like, being able to... Like, I'll try not to, but, like... I don't know. I'm not very smart. I mean, I'm fine. I'm smart enough. I guess my thing is, like, a lot of these games, they're kind of in the simulation genre. Like, it's adjacent to things like Train Simulator and whatnot, where you kind of have to... Oh, I don't know how long that's been in there. Let's just put that on, like, 4 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of there for the enthusiasts, I guess, in the end, and I have only a semi-enthused personality. Oh yeah, I can't move the microphone away. I mean, I guess I could. How much do you guys hate hearing someone eat? As I'm, like, right next to the oven. It's like I can check on them at least from here. I don't have my headphones on, so you're, like, totally absolved. Gotcha. I mean, the pasta's good, but I make this like every week, so it better be. Where's my cup? Oh, it's all the way over there. I'll get it after eating. Or after the alarm goes off. I don't make this exact dish every week. Sometimes I make macaroni, sometimes I make just regular spaghetti without the cheese in it. I do meatballs occasionally. I try to vary up what noodles we're using. We were getting like a 4-pack of different noodle types or whatever. And then I realized, or maybe it was a 3-pack of like 6 total or something. I can't remember. And then I realized these are kind of like one of our favorite go-to, the Rotini. And I'm like, wait a second, I keep getting this pack because it's like really convenient to buy. It doesn't have Rotini in it. It has, what is it, like regular, you know, the tubes, spaghetti, and then whatever the other one was, I can't remember. It's like, oops. They were cutting out the fan favorite. I really, really wish I could find another brand, or if I could find the big pack of the chickpea noodles, because those were like, they had like a lot of really nice health stuff going for them. Despite blending it, there's still like 1 chunk of tomato. Oh well. Spaghetti! Oh no, 12 seconds. 10 seconds to midnight. What is wrong with me? Oh wait, I don't need to put that there anyway, quite yet. I just need to flip these around as quickly as possible. Okay. Oh no! Oh no, it's too heavy. Whatever. I was gonna have it hanging off, like it was trying to hold on. Oh wait, my cup. We eat on the floor. I don't do this regularly, but there's something kind of weird and nice about just like, I don't know. The floor is a nice place. I do not underestimate the comfort of laying on the floor. We spend all our time high up, sitting at desks, on our beds, wherever else, standing. But sometimes you just want to sit on the floor and everybody walk the dinosaur. I'm getting to the bottom of the dish and I have a fork and I don't want any bit of sauce to go to waste. Yeah, I haven't mopped in a while. I can't eat off the floor. One second. We can do this. We just like rake it all up. Do you like my rock garden art? Is that even visible? I'm not even sure if that's visible. What angle? Oh, no, not that angle. This angle? Why is it so bright? Oh, too high up. Too angled. Yeah, that's kind of visible. It's like a half moon. Too angled. Not enough angle. I hate spaghetti. Oh, I just remembered, we still have that high protein pasta. I should have made some of that this week just for myself, because I know you don't really like it as much. And honestly, I'm not like the biggest fan of it either. The chickpea pasta was so decent. Sure, it was like a little grittier, but like, it was reasonable, man. Oh, you know what? I should get up. I should stop dilly-dallying. I could be using these last... Oh, we're down to 2 minutes. I wasted my time. I should be thinking that once we get to the last 5 minutes, I should be switching to... I should be switching to... Oh, it wasn't on camera, dang it. That would have been funny. Getting the cookies on the tray. No! Oh my gosh. I mean, it's already almost too late, so I might as well waste more time and just be like, a murder scene. The crime. I don't even know. Can you even see? It's the way it's like. Oh, by the way, we added a lamp to the room, and I think it all comes together with the addition of the lamp. Oh my gosh, this is completely tangled now. By the way, if this gets like unplugged, well, you can blame me, but don't. How? Those might need another minute. So we're up to 32 cookies. So let's see if we can pump those numbers up without making the cookies smaller. Oh yeah, I can use the grease stain from the previous cookies to guide where I should put new cookies. 55 seconds. Man, everybody's playing Subnautica 2. Meanwhile, like, I was gonna play Subnautica 1, and now I'm like just kind of debating like, okay, can I download an older version and install a couple mods? Because I wanted to play it modded because I've watched too many people play Subnautica. But like now Subnautica 2 is like the big thing, and it's just like, well, I'm gonna be like the one guy still playing the original. Not like it matters that much, but it's just kind of funny the timing of it all. Maybe I would have done a full Subnautica playthrough by now if I didn't like see that there was a mod breaking update last minute right before my stream. Like last year. Okay. Get this last one and then I'll take care of that. Meow, 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 meow. I'm full of pasta now. How wonderful. Actually, can I like put you over here? Oh my gosh, you're getting more tangled. Yeah, it's kind of good enough. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm wrong? What do you mean? I'm never wrong. Yeah, I gotta get that cinematic angle. I'll give these just a minute before I slide them over. fox abuse has been committed today. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry you had to see the real horrid me. Starts playing a ukulele. Oh my gosh. If I could pretend to be half of as bad as you think of me, I could destroy anything. What? If I could pretend to do anything that does bad by you, I could do anything. You know, isn't it so bad that, like, maybe we should just engage silently with the media we like, considering I can't help but think of, like, you know, like the latest one is Digital Circus. The ones back in the day, you know, Steven Universe or My Little Pony or whatever, where it's just like the legacy of the media, unfortunately, is kind of the way people look back poorly on the fan base, which doesn't feel fair, but, you know, people do tend to fixate on the bad, but it's just like, I'm just thinking to myself, it's just like, I enjoy these things. You know what the worst part is, if so long as you stay within like certain realms of the fan bases, it's not even like, man, I think I've talked about back in the day, like, for everything people remember of like the whole brony craze, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten just how like amazing some of the like fan works were back then. That was like the golden, in some ways, that was like the golden era of fan bases. As much as it's just like people remembered the most unhinged things ever. Like, I feel like Digital Circus kinda has a little bit of that golden era, in certain ways, but, like, I mean, you know, we think of creators like, oh, the screen turned off again. Living Tombstone and whatnot, who these days I feel like people remember him a lot for Five Nights at Freddy's like music, which I guess it's funny because I do listen to a few of those songs, but what I remember him for was the like pony music back in the day. It's like people got their like entire careers from some of these fan bases. Like they might have existed beforehand, but sometimes the popularity exploded upon making absolute bangers for a fan base or two. But it's just too bad. Like, the one thing that's always unfortunate is the fan base oftentimes, I guess you could say the fan base oftentimes outgrows what it can legally get away with. Because just reminiscing on some of this stuff, I remember really kind of where things go wrong sometimes. Let me put this back in the fridge. It sometimes is just like when things like fan games start getting made. Like, in the excitement of it all, you know, it's just like, things become legally dubious. Oh my gosh, I should stream that. I forgot. I forget if, like, how I ended up getting it, but I have a copy, like, just on Steam, of Them's Fighting Herds, which was, like, the result of, again, like, yeah, the old brony fan base getting a bit too crazy with, again, forgetting what legality is, and trying to make a pony fighting game, and then, they got hit with the cease and desist, but then I think it was Lauren Faust herself came in, designed them some characters, and they ended up finishing the game eventually with the new characters. So I'm actually kind of curious. I forgot that I had that. I'm pretty certain. Or at least I can maybe borrow it from a library. I don't really know how I have it, but I have access to it somewhere. That would be kind of funny. I almost didn't need that spatula. Cookies. Well, obviously I'm gonna eat more than one, so let me take the most, like the worst cookie. So like, what would be the best looking cookie? I'm not sure. Like this, okay, yeah, maybe like this one. I feel like this is the worst one. I don't know what happened to this one. Too much butter or something got into it. I didn't mix it like thoroughly enough. I think these are from the same batch maybe, but good cookie. That's a proper cookie clicker cookie right there. Can I get that like closer? What is the zoom lens, or like what is the lens on this thing? Perfect cookie. Anyway, let me eat the worst one. I forgot again. I forgot to put the timer on. Is that just the thumbnail now? Should I just use that? Is this a good camera angle? Hey chat, how you doing? Are you doing good down there? I just thought I'd check in on you real quick. Like how are things going? You know, how's your day been? Have you been fighting each other online? I hope not. Be good to each other. Don't join don't join subreddits that are gender segregated. Those are specifically designed to bring back the gender wars. You don't want that. You really don't want that. The ones for men make you hate women, and the ones for women make you hate men. That's how they're designed. Just to keep you all distracted. Just keep that in mind, chat. Do not join those kinds of subreddits. They might seem like fun on the surface, but they're almost certainly being astroturfed to make sure the most angry people are getting the top posts. So, I mean, just don't use Reddit in general if you can, but, you know, none of us can fully cut out social media at this point. I mean, we could try, but, you know, just don't let the algorithm do the thinking for you. Third-party thinking is not a good way to live. Yeah, well, that's everything for right now. Bye, chat. Of course, you'd never get advice that good from that actor. I don't think so. If I recall correctly. I could probably have left those on the first phase for a bit longer. Okay. I wonder if anybody's got their like webcam set up to just be that. Why does my suspicion of the specific toxicity of like things like subreddits right now though make me then suspicious of the weirdly just explosive, like I'm always suspicious these days of anything that pops up because again I don't have the I don't have like the recommended feed. I just have the upvoted feed on like Reddit and whatnot. So it's gotta be that it hits people's recommended feed. Or it's forced into there, I should say. And then people start upvoting it because they're seeing it more. And I don't really know who upvotes things on Reddit. I'd like to know what goes through those people's like heads and what's going on in their lives. Like if you're in like a little, like, you know, like the Noida subreddit and you notice that something's already got 82 votes and you just have to, like, there's that. But like something's already at like 1,000. Like, does any real person do that? I mean, it's been like that for like forever. So at one point it must have been real people. Yeah, it's like I end up just suspicious of like now one that just really kept popping up. That's just like the weirdest echo chamber to me, and I brought this up on stream probably before, is the bald subreddit. It's just one of these ones where it's just like, part of my brain is just like, okay, usually I can kind of almost see like an agenda. I don't know. The most conspiracy brained take I think I could have on that one would be, if I recall right, there's a bit of a history with the far right and like shaving your head bald or something like that. And I'm just thinking, oh no, is that... No. Considering the state of some of these other subreddits and things that pop up, I'm just like, it's just normalizing just like shaven-headed men. That's the most conspiracy-brained, odd take I could ever have. Preparing, you know, maybe the even goofier idea would be that they're just preparing a bunch of men to be like pre-shaven for the military. It's just such an odd one, and I think it's just a Hugbox subreddit. A lot of these are, but they're like Hugboxes that feedback on whatever is the most toxic trait of any specific community, which in this case is just like shaming any man that has any slight bit of mild hair loss into shaving it all off, which I've talked before that eventually I would probably shave it all off. However, while my hairline is still this good, I'd rather not. So it does get slightly annoying seeing posts in a place like that pop up where it's just like, should I do it? And they have like hair as good as mine still, and they're like, of course, everybody's better bald. And then I think to myself, if I were to post in a community like that, shave my head bald, and then just vanish into the ether because that post wouldn't get upvoted because of my very large mole that I have to first take care of before I would look good bald. You can see it in an old picture where I shaved my head years ago. It's not that bad, but it's just, I don't want to shave around that mole. Oh, it's terrible. It's like what the most annoying thing about shaving my head for a couple of weeks on the whim of it. Which I will say, the one thing I do miss the most is probably showering. Cold water on a bald head is like actually comically refreshing, in my opinion. And it's really funny because I remember specifically watching a character in a show like cool off under some water, and I'm like, that looks like the most refreshing thing I've ever seen. It was just like, it wasn't even something that was like, I feel like it wasn't even the center of attention of whatever scene it was. And I just noted that just looked really, really comfortable. And then I do shave my head and I run it under cold water and I'm like, yeah, yeah, this is pretty good. But anyway, yeah, it's really weird to have a community pop up, which is pretty much just shave your head or be shamed. There was another one today that popped up that I think is where a lot of the sort of right-wing people on Reddit must have most recently fled to, finding a new little space to consume and post their stuff, where it was framed as making fun of just people, like, you can always kind of tell when a community is, oh, 1 second. You can always kind of tell when a community is, it's not on camera at all, is probably, probably going to end up being right-wing online. When they try to make it like, they try to reassure you that this is a centrist, non-affiliated, like, whatever, and then all the takes you ever read on there is like straight up like MAGA Republican. 1 second, I can put this in. Maybe not all the takes, but it's pretty heavily biased towards it a lot of times. And I'm sometimes talking like straight up, like, oh, I didn't put the cloth back on for these. Oh well. Are these still warm? No, they cooled down already. Like, I'm talking like not even just familiar political stances, but oftentimes talking like against Democrat stuff. So it's just like, you're just trying to be under the guise that you're not, but you're kind of just trying to be. But anyway, so yeah, one that was supposed to be like making fun of Doomer posts. And I was immediately suspicious of the way the narratives and the comments and everything were on that one, because I'm like, you're just pushing just the raw narrative of everything is okay. Like, it's that kind of like, oh, just go outside, you know, just look outside, get off the computer, and you'll see the world is fine out there. Which I find it funny that I was seeing a lot of that this week, that the whole, like, everything's fine, and it's really funny living in a city where it's just like, oh yeah, I take just a walk out of my apartment and look at the gas prices over here and feel the 90-degree weather in May that has sustained for over a week with barely any like rain or anything to break it up, in a place that is known for being decently cold. Not like it doesn't get hot, but it's just like, you know, it's just really funny, the specific week of it all. Just the whole combination of things that feels like it's just like everything is maybe not okay. Let me get closer to those cookies. But yeah, it's I can't help but feel like it is one of those things with politics where, yeah, you'll have this sort of this community is fine, and then most of the politics is, well, in the end, you end up getting the mask off stuff eventually of just like, doesn't take long before you do some digging and you find, you know, your classic, the immigrants are destroying the gene pool, and it's trickle down economics, or the economy is fine. Don't tax those billionaires, please. I don't know what that voice is. But, good plate of cookies. Whoa! These are definitely gonna slip off the plate. Up a little. Over a little. Cookies. Can I get these in frame without, like, knocking them over? Oh, wait, I'm getting way too close, sorry. Like, fully in frame, I mean. We're trying to, like, angle our hand to be, like, a break for them in case they slip. There we go. You know, just in case I don't want to use the thumbnail of me on the floor. You know, I gotta get my good view of cookies.
I will drop as many cookies as I want. No one is going to stop me.
Oh, I guess, well, one second, I gotta flip this around in a second. Anyway, going back to a weird combination of the two topics that I've been talking about in the last few minutes, I guess the weird thing you get is the sensation that, yeah, everybody remembers when fan bases were at their worst. But I will say, as somebody that has experienced many fan bases and the cringe and controversies that they produce, that, oh my goodness, like, it just, you know, in that sense that everything is political now, that's kind of what it feels like happened to fan bases. And when I say political, I mean, like, it's, you know, it's less the actual politics of everything relates to political policy, but everybody gets very tribal. Like, everything is political in the way that people argue with politics way too hard. They get very tribal with it, and it's like fan bases. Like, everybody online has been basically trained to be as combative with each other as possible, and it's just really unfortunate. Because I'm just thinking, you know, I'm still really excited for the Digital Circus finale, but I just find it really sad what happened to that poor fan base. Just with the way everybody got, like, riled up and everything. I guess it's kind of ironic because what people got angry about, so like when you think of something like Steven Universe and the kinds of controversies that had, weirdly enough, arguably what got people riled up for something like that was itself, literally influenced by, like, political ideology and whatnot, and like the really complicated, oh, let me clean these actually, the really complicated nature of just, you know, people kind of making politics their whole life. So it's kind of interesting that despite how bad some of those controversies were, I would, in a weird way, feel like I don't know, like, things are more petty and more extreme over maybe less? I don't know. I do find it kind of funny, the irony that with the finale of The Digital Circus, part of what made everybody upset was the fact that it's in theaters. Whoa, we're really far down. It's in theaters for like 2 weeks before it can go to YouTube because, you know, that's just kind of how theaters work. If you've ever seen, like, there's a movie I want to watch that, because it's doing so well in theaters, I don't know when it's going to go onto streaming services because I think it got like extended how long it's been in the theaters. So it has like a longer exclusivity range. And so, yeah, it's just kind of like awkward like that where it's like, oh, okay, I'll watch this movie. I'm not going to pay $20 on a streaming service to view it because, again, they have to make that like expensive to get the rights to it. Otherwise, the movie theaters will feel like they're being cheated. So it's like, yeah, they make the prices high enough. Only the most desperate people are paying for that, for now. Yeah, the irony though, that because I guess people were being so salty about it, it kind of means that everybody that was panicking about spoilers has probably already seen it because of the leak. And those that want to see it in the theaters, most of us have probably now been avoiding spoilers for 2 weeks. It kind of got flipped on its head in a weird kind of way. And I can't help but feel like a lot of us that got theater tickets are kind of like doing fine. Like, I haven't seen any spoilers. I don't use Twitter, which is apparently a large part of it. Okay, like, I was talking about Reddit, but if you really want to, like, cut toxicity out of your life, if you haven't somehow already left Twitter, you really gotta. Every horrible, like, truly horrible thing, like, you know, this or that person saying a terrible thing or you know, whatever else, whatever leaks or cons or whatever. I swear they come from Twitter largely right now. Okay, just a couple more minutes. So it's just like, yeah, definitely cut Twitter out of your life if you haven't already. All the worst fan base stuff, like all the Digital Circus drama, apparently, it's like when you realize anything that you learn about it is people screenshotting Twitter. It's like, oh, this website is a nightmare-scape, isn't it? So I'm just trying to see chat. It's like really goofy that I have it all the way over there. I'm tired. But yeah, I guess it's just kind of funny with the whole movie apparently being leaked. Now, I guess it's not leaked in English, I don't think. So I guess that helps as well. I guess, are people going off of like translations? I really don't know what it is, but I don't know. I just haven't seen anybody who wants to see it in theaters really like fussing about how bad it is to avoid leaks. Like, everybody, when it leaked, that was very vindicative of like, oh, they shouldn't do it in theaters, it'll get leaked, this or that. They got like really I told you so about it getting leaked, where the motivation to leak it was probably so that somebody could say I told you so on Twitter. And the kind of, I feel like for me, the I told you so is waiting 2 weeks to avoid spoilers actually isn't that bad. I guess. Obviously, me saying this out loud, there's probably somebody out there that would be like, I'm going to try to DM you leaks right now. Just out of spite. Because that's one of the other things. Again, the internet is insane right now in terms of like, just people angry at the world looking for people to upset. I mean, yeah, if you're like an internet troll right now, the world is your oyster. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Just about a minute to go. How is this looking? Yeah, I could probably use the whole minute. Oh, I can't really read chat properly from here. We have one more week. Don't spoil your unspoiled state, right? Like, that's the thing, yeah. I have a whole other week, but I guess it does help that, one of the few things I was following was, like, one of the subreddits, and they did kind of lock it down. Like, I do feel bad for the moderators for that subreddit, just because they had to, like, keep people from leaking everything there. They were being very good about it, which meant more work for them, and yeah. Oh, right, I do have to press that other button for that. It's really interesting to me that, like, depending on the community you're in, you either feel really, really bad for the moderators, or the moderators are, like, the worst people you've ever met. I'm just thinking more community drama. There's that whole saga going on right now of a Lego distributor that has essentially sort of stolen someone's Lego collection. And being centered in Utah kind of means they have like the police and legal system on their side, because that place might as well be a different government. But one of the things that's interesting to me is that the corporate loyalty, I guess, that it takes to be a moderator for something like the Lego subreddit, where it's just like the mod team for that subreddit was also suppressing like news of this of this specific thing, and they were very clearly biased with their opinions on it. I don't think I can fit all these cookies on this plate. Okay, I give up on that. Oops. I feel like you're not on the good guys team when the cops are helping prevent you from being able to issue your lawsuit. I mean, I don't technically even need to put them on the plate. I already got the picture of the plate. I mean, I guess I should wrap up. Do I can move it to the counter over here maybe. 1 second. It suddenly occurred to me, because I was just yapping for the last few minutes, that the stream's basically over. You can kind of tell when the stream gets into that part where basically all I'm doing is waiting, when I just start yapping about whatever's on my mind. I've been doing so much. He's stealing another cookie! No! That's fine. Okay, the last batch was like 8 cookies. I think this was pretty much exactly 60 cookies aside from the 2 he took, because... So was it 20 and then 20 again, so that's 40, and then 12, so that's, yeah, 52, and then I think 8 in the last batch. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I think I made exactly 60 cookies. Which I think has been the average I've been doing with this recipe. I guess I've gotten really good at consistency with it. Everybody is eating cookies but me. Well, I don't know. Get home. Anyway, I guess for the most part, for the most part, my yapping is done. I guess, you know, I guess I could, like, de-stack this a little bit just to make it, like, again, third thumbnail potential. You have, like, the tray of cookies and then the plate of cookies. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. I got it. Don't worry. Off screen. Oh, my gosh. There you go. Also, speaking of, just you know, while I'm yapping, because again, I don't get to yap too much lately. I've been doing too many things like create aeronautics where my brain entirely is being used to do engineering, basically, which, oh my gosh, I might switch the tinkering to Wednesday. I think I mentioned this already, but I definitely think I will. I think I know how to solve my self-balancing machine. I think I know the trick. I have logic in my head for how to do it, and so I just got to do it as soon as possible. But yeah, why I didn't stream yesterday, by the way, I should just mention, because maybe I would have streamed Create instead of Gaia like I was probably supposed to. Besides watching the Backrooms with Dan, which again, yeah, I feel like that's about as good of an adaptation of that as you can get. The other thing that I kind of was saying that I was doing is I haven't had a driver's license for a while. I don't drive much, but it's nice to have just in case. But can I just express the frustration? Like, just you know, we're about into election season now, and I feel like I can express some frustration that to get the little ID marker on your license, the real ID they call it, which in the realm of like voter ID narratives and whatnot, they're trying to like insist that like, okay, everybody to vote needs to have one of these, everybody to vote you know, needs to like bring it with them and yada yada, all this kind of stuff. It frustrates me to no end that they get really picky in particular about what you're allowed to use to get it. Like, I got the license fine. I did not have a valid second form of proof of address because, again, I don't have like bills. It's very difficult. Everything is paperless now. You have to have, basically, they want something from like, so I brought in like the whole lease. You would think your lease would be a pretty dang good proof of address. And that it is good enough. It's good enough to get my driver's license without requiring a new test or anything. But official mail from the United States Postal Service did not count. Like, I don't have much other mail options. I had to go like digging through because I maybe could have still gotten it if my banking app wasn't also broken at the same time. It wouldn't let me log in at the time. I logged in fine on PC, but no, I couldn't use it on my phone at that time. Sorry, just frustrated about this. So I have to go back, spend like $8 more to get my license upgraded to a real ID once I have my documents like sorted out. And now it, you know, when you think about it, it would be fine if I just had a regular job and all that. But like, I don't get mail from Twitch. I don't get mail from Patreon. That's where I make my money. Like, getting paper from them is not exactly easy. You can get a proof of income from them, but that doesn't tend to have addresses or anything on it. I am essentially a work, like I work from home, but I am also essentially like the equivalent of a stay-at-home mom would be. And I'm just thinking to myself how actually difficult this whole identification thing is. Like, I've talked about this in the past. This is something I knew is an intention, and like, it's just the reason for half of it is there is just general intention to try to erode specifically the ability for women to vote again. And I'm not a woman, I'm being affected by the same thing, so I can now, like, very much, like, directly, like, I already felt this before, I feel it even extra now, doubling down on how annoying this is, because, yeah, I guess if anything, I'm confirming how frustrating it is if your name isn't on, like, all the bills as well and whatnot. Because, again, it's that combination. They want women to return to being housewives. There's that whole trend of the trad wife lifestyle thing that's always pushed. Yeah, they're pushing for that, but then they're pushing for these ID things. But then the ID things have such requirements that if you do not work just a traditional job, you can't really, like, get the IDs, which something poll tax in there as well. The fact that I think you can get an ID for free, but it's really awkward that fixing my driver's license to have the ID on it costs $8 extra dollars. Like, just getting it to begin with was $15. So I don't know. I'm just this happened yesterday, so I just figured I'd rant about it before the week passes, and I kind of just go on with my life. But yeah, even getting my bank to mail me a bank statement doesn't really, like, I have to sign up for my monthly paperless, which means they'll charge me $3 to, like, I would have to do that and then remember to cancel it, and I'd have to wait an entire month because there does not seem to be an option to just ask them one time to mail me now my latest bank statement. Like, anyway, this is why I'm making chocolate chip cookies, because the perfection of this chocolate chip cookie keeps me sane, though I think that's what they call stress eating. I mean, look how good this chocolate chip cookie looks. This is literally, like, I mean, that is the quintessential, like, any given one of these cookies is the quintessential chocolate chip cookie experience. Delicious, freaking chewy and gooey and stress cooking, yeah, basically. Chewy and gooey and everything good. So let me just, I don't know, sit on the floor and eat one of these and then wrap the stream up, I guess. I can't see, am I in view? Oh my gosh, I'm really not. Don't ask me why I chose this camera angle. I mean, I really don't know how you can get better than this. Like, I consider at least the store-bought cookies we get from, like, Costco, from their bakery section, to be, like, actually pretty dang good. But, like, I don't know. Like, I've had many chocolate chip cookies over my life, and I'm like, I don't know how I get much better than this. I can't see chat. I don't know why I do this. We have a table over there, by the way. We have a table. Why am I down here? Okay, Gold. You've got like an hour to get home before these are not fresh anymore, I guess. Anyway. guys want to visit for a bit. I'm not going to make it. No! I don't know, bring them here and have them eat cookies or something. I know they'd never take. They'd never. Okay, one of them might, but the other probably wouldn't. Alrighty, well, I'm going to sign off for the evening. Actually, one more comical thing before I end the stream. If you want a summary of the weird choices I make in life, this is our cookie jar. This used to hold like tea powder or something. I don't remember why we had it. And I just added a label on it with this little like cheap label maker that we've had for a while. That just cookies. Anyway, yeah, I will see you all later. I'll stop ranting now. I'll stop ranting and raving and raving and ranting. I'm not sure if this like sours the mood or is just what everybody's here for, but yeah, that's the Backrooms was good. It was good though. The thriller, psychological horror, I really don't know what you define those. The music is gone! Why is the music gone again? It's never here. Whatever. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Why is everybody green in chat? Oh, in my other chat, I didn't really notice because I was using the other chat, but Dan is like red on the one chat, but he's why is he green with it? Everybody, I have like 3 people in chat and they're all green, except for Gold is gold. Lim's at least a different green. Why does Twitch default to giving everybody this specific green? That's supposed to be Undead's color, I think.